Last up, we got Prime talking about the situation that happened recently with his team. For anyone who does not know, Colorado played over the weekend. They played UCLA, right? That's who they
Yeah.
played, and
Hmm.
they lost. So Colorado has come back down to earth. There was a lot of fanfare at the beginning of the year. They beat TCU, and people went nuts. But they proceeded to lose to every team that was originally projected to be better than them. So they lost to USC. They got absolutely mollywopped by Oregon, and they lost to UCLA over the weekend, who's number 23 ranked in the nation, I think, at the time that they lost to them.
Hmm.
But the bigger headline was that during the game, somehow, some way, people got into the locker room and stole valuable possessions of the players. And so various media outlets were talking about this situation. And during a press event or a presser where Deion was asked to address the situation, he did address it. And so we will play this short clip in which he addresses the situation, basically saying that the players will be reimbursed, but that there is no place for stuff like this.
Robbed during the game last week. I think that's a travesty, and I would expect the NCAA to do something about that. These are college kids. I'm pretty sure they don't think about insurance at this point in this juncture in their life. We've talked about NILs and how to really maintain their finances. We've pretty much given them financial planners and given them the resources for that. But the insurance part of it, we slipped and we didn't really educate them on that. So I wish I know the kids would be forthright in what was stolen and some of our just staff members as well. And now all that stuff should be replaced. This is the Rose Bowl. They said the granddaddy of them all, right? I'm sure granddaddy has some money. Grandpa should have some money to get his kid. I'm gonna have a list made out from these young men, and I know they're gonna be truthful about what they lost, so we can try to get that back for them. They may not be able to get the items back, but we should be able to reimburse them. That was unbelievable. But I did hear that the home team was robbed as well. So I don't know, but I did hear that. But that don't make no sense when you're out there balling and playing your heart out, then you're getting robbed the same. But
All right, so yeah, he said at the end it wasn't just them. UCLA also got their locker room robbed too. So, pretty sad situation that people decided that they were just going to be slime enough to rob college athletes during a football game. Um, I would love to know how these individuals gained access to these areas, which I always
Exactly, man.
thought was, you know, secure to a certain extent. You can't just walk into these rooms like that unless you're like authorized personnel. So that needs to be addressed, regardless of whether they get their possessions back. We need that answered.
Exactly.
I want to know how the hell they gain access into this place.
Right.
That to me is very odd.
Hmm.
Um, but be that as it may, um, one can argue that, and you alluded to this before we started recording, but one can argue that Colorado put themselves in this position to be targets in this regard because the media fanfare behind them, which they fed into willfully, was so loud. It was so loud that people are going to want you to get your comeuppance. And a lot of these people out here don't think that losing football games is enough of a comeuppance. They want you to lose things that mean more to you than an L in the win loss column.
Hmm.
So, certain people want to take it far enough to suggest that this is a referendum on humility when it comes to sports. And I guess we can have that conversation if you want. That's fine. Like I said, the conversation around them was quite loud, and they have come back down to earth. But at the end of the day, uh, this world is just full of slime balls and scumbags and scammers and people who just don't give a damn. And for you to be soulless enough to look at college kids as your next come up opportunity by robbing a locker room is unfortunate, but also not surprising because I have very little faith in humanity. And because I have such little faith in humanity, I am not shocked to see that there are people who would stoop to doing something like this. If you want to rob athletes, then go rob professionals and people who make millions of dollars, people who can afford to sustain these types of losses because they can just replace whatever you took from them. Clearly, you have the wherewithal to gain access into secured locations because trust and believe if these individuals, whoever they are, had the means to get into these locker rooms, then they can find a way to get into an NFL locker room too. This big time Division I college athletics and its prime. It's Deion Sanders, Colorado, big time media fanfare. If you can get into that locker room, you can get into an NFL locker room too. So go rob pros and stop being a slime bucket. But they won't because these people are slime buckets. The world is full of slime buckets because that's what we have come to is a society full of slime buckets. So not surprised, although still disappointed.
Yeah. I don't. My lead question as well was so where's the cameras? Don't tell me they ain't no cameras around there. Now this is the Rose Bowl, so they probably don't have no cameras around there. But y'all better have some cameras around. So I know they got cameras,
For real.
because I know for damn sure before this happened. All right, I couldn't just roll my ass up in there,
Mm-mm.
you know. And when you go to these games, bro, there's cops everywhere.
Yep.
So for this to get pulled off, my first inclination was somehow inside work.
Yep.
And this is his second time. I mean, he got robbed when he was at Jackson State. So I don't know what this is about. He's a loud personality, as you mentioned, man. And yeah, as you mentioned, the comeuppance, bro. There's people out here that want to see him in a bad position.
Suffer. I want to see
Yeah,
him suffer.
yeah. They want people want him to be humbled. The ones that don't like, his flair, and they want to see that flair get humbled some way. I knew that because I never liked that man. They looking for that moment from him. And but hey man, when you talk big, you're gonna have big time haters. I seen a video, some guy was like, I don't hear all the Colorado people now. I told y'all, Deion's trash. And it's like, bro, what are we? This is season 1. What's going
Exactly.
on?
Yeah. Yeah.
But people want to see it. People that don't understand it. And yeah, there's bandwagoners that come with this. Yeah, there's people on the Deion hype train that don't give a damn, that don't know anything about football. So yeah, there's those people, man. But at the same time, it doesn't. I mean, the vitriol that people have for him is next level. And I would say that in order for something like this to be executed, I really feel, as I mentioned, it had to be somebody of some type of credentials in order to help this happen. Because this is a heist.
Mm-hmm.
When you have that many armed securities, you know what I'm saying, covering a vicinity, and you walked out with the goods, that was a heist. That was not a robbery. So, at first when he was talking about the NCAA need to compensate, I was like, hey, come on, man. But what are they supposed to do? Just take a loss on this?
Right. Yeah.
Investigate this,
Mhm.
because no, this is not happening. And yeah, those kids is iced out, but that's still just NIL money, and a lot of that stuff plated and whatever, you know. So, but the NFL players, as you mentioned, the NFL, they got real jewelry. The NBA players got real jewelry, and I don't think that security is any different. I always see police littered everywhere around the stadium. At the actual event, at the little place where the buses come in, they're everywhere. So to walk out with that much merch, I don't know. I don't know how that's executed. So yeah, I don't like it. I just feel like the hate. I feel like this has something to do with Deion hate. I don't think this was you know what I'm saying, Crips and GDs that can orchestrate this, man. They shoot first and then take. They don't come in as invisible and walk in without a trace. That's not how they do their crime. So this would be interesting to see how this develops. But yeah, man. The Colorado thing is whatever. I just look, they're 4-4, man. This is better than I thought they would be at this point still. So I'm still on board with Prime. I do feel like, he can carry himself the way he carries himself, but I think the team, just trying to embody that energy, just don't know how to wield it yet. And so I think the team is getting humbled more than him, to be honest. So I think Prime knows what comes with talking like that and being like that. He's been that way his whole life. So I think the people that's getting their bigger pills to swallow is these kids that, believed in everything. So I still think they got a good trajectory. And we'll see what happens down the line, man. But yeah, I call collusion on this, man.
Yeah, I think it's awfully peculiar how you gain access into the locker room. I do think that's weird. But yeah, I don't think this is about Deion. I think this is about the players and the media fanfare. I think that has a lot to do with people's perception that they deserve some sort of comeuppance,
Yeah,
more than anything else. But yeah, it's year one, so I am inclined to agree with Dion in that if you do want to see them low, enjoy it now because he's
right.
only in year one. He hasn't even started recruiting yet. He hasn't even gotten his dog. He hasn't even gotten his own people in there yet in terms of the players. So there's more to come from this situation. But
Mm,
certainly there is something that needs to be addressed in terms of how they got access back there. I think that's the biggest question mark to come from all of this. But
yeah,
yeah, it's one thing for you to want a team to lose. It's another thing for there to be robberies and, to use your word, heists that
hype.
accompany those desires to watch somebody or a team lose. That's a whole nother level of payback. So yeah, crazy stuff, man. But them boys gonna get their opportunities again, man, because I do believe that Deion is gonna get his fair share of 4 and 5 star recruits. And the team is going to start to look a lot better, a lot faster. And at that point, all of those people who don't like him or those players are going to be dealing with a lot of uncomfortable college football viewing for the foreseeable future. I'll put it that way.
I agree.
But yeah, shouts out to Coach Prime, man. Shouts out to Dion and those
Yeah,
boys
man.
out there in Colorado. Highs and lows. It's a long season. It is what it is. But not cool with them having their personal possessions stolen. That's scumbag stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like people who just rob. I don't like that. I have more respect for dope dealers than people who steal, because I honestly do. Because it's like these people work to earn this stuff, and you're just gonna take it from them because you feel like it. That's some scumbag shit. Like I got more respect for drug dealers than people who steal. I really do. I don't like people who steal. Like, that's ridiculous.
Because they'll steal for any reason. It's like people that just lie all the time. They just steal.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, what's your problem? At least, I guess, at least drug dealers, if they're not stealing from you.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the way I look at drug dealing is like you aren't being forced to do the drugs. You're doing those drugs of your own volition. That's your decision to not do those drugs, to not get addicted, to not get high, to not do any of that. But you're seeking those dope dealers out. That's on you. But you taking from people, you just taking people, you're taking from somebody who worked to earn that possession, and you're just taking it.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is the highest level of scumbag. Uh, that's how I see that scumbag shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on that note, we'll go ahead and close out tonight's stream. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was great stuff once again. Conscious Approach on the YouTube channel.
You,
If you like the commentary in this or any other video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about our commentary. Let us know where we went right, wrong, or whatever. We don't run a cult here, so I don't pray tell to be right about all the topics that we talk about. These are just my opinions. You can follow Conscious Approach on Instagram at Conapproach, CONAPPROACH. I am also on the Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. If you happen to watch this video on Facebook, go ahead and like the Facebook page as well. We certainly appreciate that. And until next time, we certainly appreciate you supporting our brand of logical content.
Yes, sir. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS and on YouTube at Dogon_SS. Also on DraftKings. All right. And TikToks at Dogon_SS. And as I say on every pod, guys, all right, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it player. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next time, everybody, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go Heat. Go Seminoles. Don't really like the way the Heat roster is looking, but of course, I
Terrible.
expected that, so I am not upset or surprised.
Right.
But Florida State, my nose, we number 4, college football playoff bound. Can't wait, baby. But we will see you on the next video. We certainly appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. We are out. Peace.
Peace. Go Kings. Haha. Yeah, go Kings, boy.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, but that boy.